Yeah, what's going on? It's Man Tomorrow here. Give people a couple seconds to come in. Make sure you hit the like button upon coming in. Just made it back from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, one of my favorite areas of Tennessee, near the Smoky Mountains, or in it for some parts of it. But you get these complaints about what they think the space is, and it's like you complain about these people, but your ass is over there with those people. So it's like this. Before we go forward, let's get some. Hold on a second. Fuck. I don't know. The whole screen just froze, and it's still frozen. All right, I'll keep going then. What's going on, Mon Perry? What's going on, Manosphere? All his fame. What's going on, Ike? Spiritual Logic Hulk. All right. So there's no need to even complain about the space at all because most of these people supported most of the people who was clearly out of line in the first place. So you have to understand that this information that we're going over or that we're trying to correct, and there's more and more wannabe productive men who actually join the space. They're actually functional men who still look up to the Bravo Alpha November and somehow want to have this sort of peace offering between Bravo Alpha Novembers and barely functional dudes who want to look like they're productive, but they want to put these two groups of people together that are never going to be able to work together. There's no record of these people working together. There's no record of productive men working with personnel who don't want to read, who don't want to listen to history, who don't understand what's going on. So when you come to me complaining about people who's clearly not part of the Black Manosphere, this is a failure of self. And I understand that you see how I take people down, but it's not my job to go out here and fight your battles for you. Like where you manage your time and your internet connection, that's a you problem. Like you want to manage hundreds of millions of dollars worth of stuff. You want to be in business, but you can't handle or manage a simple internet connection. That's why the 50 Shades of Manosphere is here. It's here to show you exactly where you belong. Where you belong with the people who just can stay away from this nonsense wholesale. Because people come in, they try to remix something that's already here, and then boom, they love the sabotage period. They love the jack in the box moment. When a person turns around, they're on one thing, and then they're on another thing. So they come in wanting to be entertained. Then they turn around and want progress from entertainers, where entertainers are not for progress. Entertainers are here to push a narrative. Pushing the narrative is not solving problems. Pushing the narrative have never solved problems. Change is 33, 33, 33. 33% discussion, 33% properly investing, 33% actual participating. And this system has not changed in a while. What's going on, Senator Gore? But what happens when you have people who's 100% complaining or 50% complaining, but they can't prove that they've got their stuff together to the point to where they want to even participate in the process itself of change? You ask people what their end goal is and how you suppose that they get there, they don't have an answer because they don't want progress. Because if they wanted progress, you'd be able to apply it on a bullet point. I can tell you, you give up this stuff, these complaints about these personnel, move into another field, what you can easily do now, and you can clean these complaints up fairly quickly. Because most of these complaints come down to a lack of understanding about how things work, a lack of participation, a lack of investment. And then the people who are participating are supposed to include you in what they are doing. And that's just not how any of this stuff works. Again, all these people who quote unquote left the space and did something else with their actual platforms, that was not the reason why the Black Manosphere was here. The Black Manosphere was not supposed to give a voice to Bravo Alpha Novembers and entertainers, even though that is exactly what it turned into. So you can't go up to these non-Black Manosphere people and try to get me to fight your battles when this is your fault that these people are in this position. People ask you simple things on how things work within your actual community and society, you don't know. But if they ask you anything about any type of entertainment thing, you know right away. Someone asks you a sports related question, you know that right away. Just like you had to nurture that interest in those things, strong complexes are. You have to nurture an interest in all those other things too. It's not history because you know tons of stats, tons of different rosters for sports teams. You know all that stuff. You know who got traded where, for what time, who won the MVP title, who came in second, third, fourth, who was the top defense or offense in the league. You know all that stuff about sports. But when it comes to realistic things that affect you every day, somehow you've been taught that you're not going to get invested and involved in anything like that. So now you want the people who clearly have moved past this stuff to overcompensate for your lack of focus and to focus on you after that. Or while you're actually doing all the things that you are doing, you're supposed to make room for them. There has clearly been an over proliferation of non manosphere people who have joined the black manosphere, who want the black manosphere to fight feminists, who want the world to fear the black man. Like, dude, the world doesn't fear people who don't participate in the process. The world doesn't fear that. The world doesn't fear when you shut down highways. The world doesn't fear that. If a quarter of those individuals showed up to the Secretary of State's office and registered to vote, yeah, that's when they'll be really scared. Because now you get into the power piece of how things actually work. And you just can't say, you know what, I don't have a good start. And because I don't have a good start, hold on a second, let me make sure my audio is back reconnected. Every time I live stream, I don't get anything all day. There we go. All right, there we go. I should be back now. All right, so let's keep this going. So most of these individuals are stupid as fuck. They are, and they have a lot of time to waste because they don't understand how things work. Are they trying to actually get the understanding of how things work? Absolutely not. But then they want to blame the guys that we're not more interesting. Like I got to communicate with you like you some type of bitch in order for you to do the things that you're supposed to do. That's not my job. And a lot of people don't want to see change, period, because change ends their reign. Like like when I was in Memphis and Nashville over the past couple weeks to a month, you seen these people come out of the woodwork. They're everywhere. It's not the manosphere. They're everywhere, trying to make the time that they wasted on the things that they wasted in their life count. They're desperately, they don't have an identity. I'm telling you, they don't have an identity. There is a print and press of all of these individuals that are out here who act the same. You ask them a specific question about a process on how to get somewhere, they can't do it. They can't do it. And it shows up with people. That's what I'm saying. And this stuff is clearly happening in the South. Like you see the millennials, the boomers, and Generation X hang together as a group. And then you see far younger people than those generations who are separate from those group of people. They're out here doing their own thing. These people get into the money. They're going through this nurse training. They get into the dollars. These people are going through these CDL schools. They're going through these mechanic schools. They're going through all this stuff. And they're getting outcomes and they're getting results right away. Not only are they getting the outcomes, they're getting the results right away, but they're not sharing those results on the exact level that the previous three generations I just named, they didn't. They didn't do what the millennials, X, and boomers did. The moment they did that stuff, they tried to go out there and try to gain enough attention to let the world know that they had extra money to spend. So that way they can subsequently be taken advantage of, so that way they can have an instant reason for failing. And they wanted to garner the respect of people within the group by failing. Not by dodging this stuff. They wanted to do it exclusively through failing. You think it's an age range thing? It's not an age range thing. How do you get PhDs, master teachers, dudes who don't even live in the United States but care about the quote unquote black community, ineffectual pro blacks, all these people are pushing the same thing. They're pushing the same thing. We cannot have progress. We don't have a community. Because if you push progress as a singular thing, now they don't have anywhere to sit. So in order for them to maintain their position, they have to maintain the brokenness of the situation. That's why there's 50 different shades of the black manosphere. Because there's people who want to take advantage of those people who've already given up. There are people who want to take advantage of that, desperately want to take advantage of that. And yes, if you do look up the street dudes and entertainers to represent you at this point, you're just a failed man at this point. You're a failed man. You want the respect of men, but you don't want to do the work of one. You don't want to do the discipline piece. You don't want to do the hard work piece. You don't want to do the focus piece. But you definitely want to do this, your dumbass idea of a sexual alpha piece. And the people who lied to you about those things, by the way, they were never doing those things. They were never doing those things in the first place. Never, ever, ever doing those things. But because you didn't have any experience to know whether or not it worked or not, you don't know the difference. Why? No experience. So when you mix no experience with an improper outcome that you actually want to work towards, you're compounding the issue upon yourself. Because not only do you not have experience, you're looking up to individuals who don't even know what the hell they're doing. And then you're going to keep yourself within the environments to where certain type of people who are not on any of this stuff are personnel that you don't recognize. You don't recognize the person who's been past this stuff and who's on none of it, who doesn't need any of it to survive. You don't even want to be around that. So you don't even want to be around a different society. The only thing you want to do is you want to benefit off the society that people create. That you don't want to have any type of effort that you have to work towards. And I think that's crazy. Like I was on another live stream when I was seeing a bunch of supposed pro-black individuals who love to talk about um, give me a reason to come out and participate in a democracy. I'm like, can these people really be asking this question? And I'm like, okay, why don't you give me benefits of not participating in the actual process itself? Give me the benefits of not participating in the actual process. And person after person, after I said that very common sense based thing, person after person, like, oh, well, what are you getting out of the process? Oh, well, where do you live and how well things are going? I'm like, what you're literally asking is, I mean, literally asking me is, what are you getting out of the process so that way I can see whether or not I'm going to participate in the process or not? And my response was pretty much, why do you care? If you're not going to participate, what the hell I look like emptying my actual thought process into the lap of somebody who doesn't want to participate in the process? Why do you care if things are getting better in Colorado if you live in Chicago and they're not getting better? Why do you care about what happens in Colorado? That Chicago thing, that's a Chicago problem. I don't really care about what they're doing over there. Why? I don't live there. All right, I'm back. Hold on a second. Here we go again. Yeah, but yeah, what's going on, Ronan? What's going on, XE? Hey, can y'all hear me? Hit the one in the chat if you can hear me, because I can't hear. I don't see this thing lighting up. Hit the one in the chat if you can still hear me. I just had an incoming phone call. Oh, what's going on, LOM? All right, cool. All right. But that's what the problem was. And it's like, because I listened to the same podcast, right? And I was looking around like, why is this person tuning in, listening to the reasons why not to participate? And then they turn around and ask the people who are participating, What are they getting out of the process? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You tune into a podcast giving you the excuses of why not to participate in the process. But then you ask people who are participating what they're actually getting. Then you get the answer, and then nothing. This is why I say where you choose to live, because a lot of people live in the South per capita. They do live in the South more than they live in these other areas. So now you have to recognize why they live there. They live there because the society is not expecting them to participate in the process at all. And they have all the built-in complaints from the previous generation on why not to change anything. This is why when people do leave the South, they go other places, they get their skills up, but once they come back to the South, them dudes are knocking it out of the park. They know the people to stay away from. They own property right away. They participate in the process. They show up. They invest. They do all the things. They get um, government contracts that they didn't know about before, that the environment there would never teach them about. And then once those people start to dial themselves into the actual process, you know what happens? All these individuals that sat back and did jack was the first ones who wanted to ride. They wanted to ride. They did not want to push the cart up the hill, but they definitely wanted to ride it once it starts moving. And that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a bunch of clowns and suckers who want to clone something that they didn't build, who want to rush in and take over something that they didn't build, who want to mischaracterize something that they didn't build, who wants representation for something that they didn't build, want to sabotage something that they didn't build, anything that it takes to maintain the current level of circumstance. I have never seen a singular opportunity that a person was given that they did not respect, that once they got that position, they started to respect it as soon as they got it. They wanted to respect it as soon as they got it. I've never seen it. And you're never going to see it. Dude, there's so many organizations I've been a part of. Yep. Once you get that actual, they start off with functional individuals. Then they put these homeboys on. And the moment that you get Maggle plus one inside your organization, they will mutiny you out of your own stuff, even if they don't know how to run it. They would rather destroy it all. Destroy it all. Rather than let productive and competent people run anything. So when you see 50 different shades of black manosphere, like, what are you talking about? The 50 different shades are your inability to control yourself, which is how you got here in the first place, right? So you can't expect all these people to want to go to bat for you when you can't even solve managing a simple internet connection. The problematic things in society are so obvious to this point to where you don't need warnings to stay away from it. You don't need warnings to stay away from bad, problematic women. You don't need warnings about that. You don't need warnings to actually participate in the political process, even though that you see gays getting what they getting out of the process, the transgender getting something out of the process, the Latinos for the most part from the late 90s till now slowly building, being part of the process. You don't need to desperately misunderstand things. You're trying to shift that blame. You're trying to shift that blame to someone else. And you want to shift that blame to someone else to the point to where you want somebody else to take responsibility for the fact that you ain't got your stuff together. It ain't the fact that you can't find a proper mate in society. You want the woman first. You want a totally traditional woman while you come out here and be around all this non-cultural nonsense. And an actual traditional woman is just supposed to let you be around these dumbass people while you don't get your stuff together, while you don't participate in the actual process itself, while you do all these uncultural things, but you want her to be held in a position that she ain't supposed to be in. And somehow that's going to work. You're going to take away all her options and choices, but you get to keep all of your options and choices personally. But that's where we're at, folks. Let that sink in for a second. She's supposed to come home, cook and clean, also produce and be loyal to you while you have your motherfucking ass online going from Art New Style panel to the Coliseum with fucking AB Media to BGS Itmore's channel to Tia Johnson's channel to Green Gorilla's channel to fucking Edward Anderson's channel. You supposed to get a fucking traditional woman when you spend all of your fucking time on that shit rather than skilling up. What could you possibly be complaining about? Oh, you got a lot of time to waste. A lot of time. And a perfect group of women isn't going to solve that problem, bro. A perfect group of traditional women is not going to make up for that shortcoming that you have because you don't know how to spend your time properly in other places. You got all that time for all these fucking live streams, but you cannot set up a simple fucking Google alert to learn about the politics in your local fucking area. And you constantly need to be brought up to speed about what's happening by other individuals who simply have set up the Google alerts, who simply have searched the information. Because this information out here is no different than a good book. A good ass book is going to cite five or six more other books within it. You can't say that you read one book and that one book did not reference five or six other books that you should also read that their current information is based on. But guess what happens when you don't do any of that process? That's right. You're looking for a translator to help you not only continue to keep wasting your time in these non productive places, But now you need a jackass of all trades who's going to bring you up to speed and allow you to keep bullshitting yourself like you obviously give a shit about the Democratic Party when you don't have anything to do with none of these processes. And let's not forget about Dr. Thunder in the morning, a happily married man who's actually worried about the outcomes of unmarried fucking women. Again, this is why there's 50 different shades of the black manosphere. Because you got such a fractured and segmented brain state from the individuals who are here. I told people up front, I don't want a bigger channel. I want more functional men to actually participate in society. That's how we're going to get out of this shit. Because, like I said, Colorado works fine. We already got the best interest of the child shit. We already got rid of the qualified immunity shit. We already voted to kick an actual insurrectionist off the actual ballot until the Supreme Court make their decision. To force them to make a decision. Again, these people don't even know what a functional society is or even looks like. Because at the end of the day, they're too busy trying to make this whole cavalcade of things that they want to keep going inside their head to keep going outside of their head in society. Oh, what's going on, Citizen? So the 50 different shades of the man, like, dude, like when you complaining about the actual space, you know you ain't talking about me. You know you ain't talking about the brain trust. You're not talking about Wacky World of O. You're not talking about Spiritual Logic Hope. You're not talking about a lot of people. Smaller channels. Yes, things can grow rapidly when they function properly. I'm gonna say it again. Things can grow rapidly when it functions properly. Why would individuals want to rapidly grow with the concept with no point? Why would you be worried about reckless expansion when you don't serve a purpose? Again, the 50 different shades of the black manosphere is y'all fault. You really think I'm gonna come out here and fight fucking Obsidian? Because you can't manage your internet connection, man? Fuck you. I'm not doing that. What I'm supposed to fight Bernard Riley because you can't manage your internet connection? Am I supposed to fight the wrong ass Earmore every time he steps out of line, lies about the space while these people are still here? Am I really supposed to fight these people every time? No. This is you. You keep this shit up. You keep this woman name in your fucking mouth. You're the one who had the inability to move on. You're the one who want us to keep fighting all these battles that we don't need to fight. Up my volume. Hold on a second. Now my volume's all the way up. I don't think I can get it higher than what it is. But currently, that's where we are. There isn't 50 different shades of the black manosphere. There is one misunderstanding of the people of the manosphere, the history of the black manosphere, and productive men that you should have been following a long time ago within the black manosphere. There's nothing wrong with the black manosphere. People who think that they can take advantage of everybody else's work within the environment and say that the black manosphere is fucking doing something, that's your dumb ass who believe that type of shit. Rational individuals who are actually on the ground, they are nowhere near these type of individuals who's taking credit online for other people's work. The deliberate misunderstanding is yours. If you have a wrong place where you want to be as an outcome, You're going to keep trying to sew all these things together. This is going to look like an Amish patchwork quilt. You're trying to tie productive people with former street unreformed people. You're trying to tie this to the entertainment piece. You want to try this to dating coaches and other grifters and other clowns. Then you want to patchwork that with the get the bag dudes. All this cover because you can't manage a singular internet connection. Whose fault is that? That's not my fault. Dude, I'd rather have two people in the chat who have their shit together and understand the ways that we need to be going than 2 or 300 that don't get how this shit works. Because then again, I'm not gonna keep redoing the same content to you. It's like, dude, we gotta move the conversation forward. And this whole well, there's a lot of new people coming into space. Yes, a lot of new people coming into space. Like if you're going to a good church, or if you're going to a good operational organization, they're not trying to run first grade game on you. They're going to provide you an actual method to where you catch up to where everyone else is at, or you can't be a part of the group. Nah, they mean to get the fast ninja bag. Yeah. No, they want to be on some fast Eddie type nonsense. That's what that is. I mean, the 50 different shades it just shows you that there's one way to do this thing right, and there's several different shades of how to do it wrong. But then again, I don't know how the Black Manosphere get blamed for all these people who don't know how to act, who don't know how to read, and who don't know how to take reading and comprehension properly, who don't know the history, who don't understand how anything works. The only thing that they have is misdirection. They're all cowards. They cannot comfortably confront themselves in front of the actual people that they disagree with. They have to try to fight all these battles all over the actual space. All this cowardly behavior. And they have the nerve to think that the world can't live without them. I'm like, dude, the world been living without you. The world been living without you for a long time, by the way. And it's everybody else's fault to stop all of their progress, to let you leapfrog ahead of them. So now you have to be accomplished and shut your mouth about it. While these people get to brag on how accomplished they are with things that can't even be measured. But you who got your stuff together, you who got good outcomes, you have to keep your mouth closed around individuals who haven't done anything. Then again, whose fault is that? Then again, whose fault is that? But you're focused on reckless expansion of nonsense. That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, it has a lot to do with who you are as a person where you end up at in this space. And yes, there has to be a growth period to where you see what these people are on and then you move on out. But a lot of people don't want to do that either. They're desperately trying to hold on to an identity that they never had, that they want everybody else to actually invest in for them. That's what it is. They want to live that type of lifestyle. And then once they get caught, they don't want to be pointed out by it. Why? You need to respect all business people as being equal. I'm in business. I'm in the business of stagnation. You can't call me out. I gotta eat. Do you have to eat? No, you don't have to eat. This is something that you specifically went off in on your own. But then again, there's a lot of people who want to point at weak men. There's a lot of people who want this. Like here's another danger. Is needing this consistent sparring partner. Too many smart individuals get caught up and want these sparring partners with these people who are consistently wrong. Yeah, what's going on, Complex?
Salutations, MOT. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I got some time today.
You
You
got
know,
time today?
yeah, I got time today in the middle of the day for the
Yeah,
first time in a while. Yeah,
I got trees being trimmed. Right, we're getting ready for spring, so
yeah.
I got there's a crew out doing some tree trimming right now. So I was just listening in, bro. Just taking care of random shit.
Yeah, what's going on, Citizen Lou? What's going on, man?
What up, Lou?
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? What's going on, Moji? What's up, Complex? I want to chop it up
Chilling.
with y'all, man. What's y'all go ahead, Complex. I'll go after you. I kind
Oh
of
no,
just
no, we good. We
Yeah,
good.
I got
What's up,
something
MOT?
tonight, man. Citizen Lou, you gonna like, man, how these BWs rolled up in this MAGA spot and they kicked them out of there on
yeah.
site. They didn't do anything wrong either. The guy just straight up said, "Look, man, I don't want to talk to these people. Who brought you here?" And I'm like, "Man, I keep telling you, man, people don't mess with you like that." But yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
yeah.
But yeah,
Hey,
I'm gonna do
so
that
yeah,
tonight.
so I was on a panel with your favorite insurrectionist, and
Oh, he's still around?
Ducking them sedition charge. Yeah, and these like channels are like 2, 3 in the box. These, and somebody sent me the link, right? So I pulled up. But
Oh man.
I wanted, because you said something that made me hit the link, right? And when you were talking about like stagnation, right?
Yes.
And a lot of men, period, right? Not black, white. A lot of brothers can't admit when they're wrong or process new information, and have the ability to evolve, right?
Yes. Lack the ability.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool, bro. Like it's okay to learn new information and be like, oh, you know what? Hey, maybe I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I was just dissatisfied with the political system, and I just was on some others, just not feeling represented. And then now you start realizing you're like, you know what? No, I am represented. I am somebody
Yeah.
that wants to, be a productive citizen and somebody that wants to have a say in the legislation and how this country's ran. So, I just, I had to hit you on, I had to tell you about, I wanted to talk to you about that because a lot of brothers, man, they just don't, like you see it, man. Like I was saying, the Edenmore encampment sites, they're not going to leave these, safe havens for dumb niggas. You know what I mean? Like you could just be
No, they're
as
not.
dumb as you
Anybody
want.
know who is Drake '07? Anybody heard of that person before?
Nah.
No, I haven't.
Nah, man. I'm sorry,
They
bro.
in the
Can't let you up, man. Cause
they in
if
the
you ain't chatting
backstage.
in the chat, yeah. Hey, man. If you ain't chatting in the chat and you just showed up for no reason,
I
yeah, man.
mean,
We out of the we
yeah,
out of the
common
process of
courtesy,
needing
bro.
new homies coming through saying stupid shit, man. So you
Nah,
got to be
just
able to
dude, like
participate in the
say stuff in the
conversation for
chat,
a
man.
while.
Like y'all
Yeah, for
gotta
real.
like acknowledge yourselves in the chat, so we have some familiarity and stuff. I'm the same way on the brain trust.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, man.
I
There's
don't
no
if
need
I
to
don't
bring
know
these
you, I
niggas
don't be
up.
letting you up. It's like you don't even
Yeah,
be in
no
the
doubt.
chat saying hello or acknowledging yourself, acknowledging anybody else listening. You just come up like, who are you?
No, I'm cool. It's just that I no, I don't need no new ass friends, man. I don't
Oh,
need that shit.
yeah, I don't know who that is. But you know what?
Yeah,
To speak
yeah,
to Lou's point, man. Lou, like here's the thing, man. Like what we have to understand, there's a lot of dudes that literally are not going to do shit with their lives.
yeah.
Right? They're just literally not going to do nothing. Like these 8-hour panels that they sit on, this will be the highlight of their lives. Okay, that's why they think that this is actually doing something. They think sitting on a panel is doing something, when in all actuality, you're doing nothing by literally sitting there and talking about nothing. That's literally doing. That's the definition of doing nothing, right? So if they can convince themselves that doing nothing is doing something, they will always do nothing.
Yeah,
And in the space in which they do that, there are also brothers like us who actually do shit. We do something, and that makes them look bad,
yeah. I mean,
right?
not just look
Because
bad,
there's
but
actual doing something, and then there's doing nothing but convinced that it's doing something. In the face of people doing shit, they look bad. Do you follow that?
cor- correct. But think about it. If you invested in this wrong path, right, and you finally got to the point to where you got with the woman that you actually hated and wanted to blame for everything. That's the high water mark of your life. It's it's to finally have a legitimate reason to complain about a woman that you shouldn't be with, which is some dumbass shit to be on the first place, right?
I mean,
Imagine
it.
now,
Yeah.
imagine now that the youth that you thought that was gonna shower you with praises treat you like you ain't shit, and you just wasted your entire life waiting for your
No,
opportunity to be this dude.
no,
Think
no,
about
no,
how
MOT.
stupid you got to feel as a person.
No, no, no. You didn't waste your life. You see, the thing is that you double down and you say, why aren't they listening? They're like, I've been trying to teach them. They're not listening to me. They're just not listening, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, cause like when me, Mike V, and Renaissance went over there to the Coliseum, it was just, I mean, we were just dunking on dudes, like throwing alley oops to each other and just going off the glass. It was straight destruction. And then the conversation had to get, after a while, dumb niggas don't like don't like speaking real stuff. So it turned to some, Keisha and black women. I was raised by crackheads. Some bullshit like that. Like it just
Yeah,
because dumb niggas can't. I think dumb niggas can't elevate the conversation, so they got to bring it down. Their master teacher was getting ate. He was getting whapped and tapped, hit over the head. No, they couldn't help him. They couldn't help him.
I
He
mean,
was, he was,
man, that shit was bad, man. Like y'all was throwing alley oops over motherfuckers in wheelchairs and shit. I'm like, man, stop this shit. Like, man, y'all know this shit's wrong, man. What the fuck is this?
hey, just stomping on it, just stomping on the side. And that's why, because Mike did the street the other day like that. I was like, they not gonna come over to the break. They not gonna have these real.
They never do it, bro.
They
God
not
damn
gonna
it.
do it, dog. It's over.
Dude.
They know they
I
not.
know.
I mean,
It's
man,
so
like
funny. They
y'all
never do
like
it.
dunking on like fucking like Stephen Hawking and shit, man. I'm like, man, this shit is unnecessary.
It's Stephen
It's
Hawking. You know he can't do
unnecessary.
shit. He can't do
Yeah,
nothing.
unfucking necessary. Like, bro,
Only thing he'd do is be like, "Can you stop dunking on me in that robotic voice? Can you stop
this is
dunking
some
on me?"
bullshit. We know we haven't read it. You don't have to dunk on me. Like,
You're
oh,
right. We was like, I'm talking about, we was like that, but like bro, like Shaq and Kobe just throwing the mugs up. Like, it was really sad. It got to the point where I was like, you know what, they were getting frustrated. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
let's, what I'm saying. Then they brought the dumb niggas up, man. Everybody think they smart when they talk about politics. And it just then it de-evolution the conversation to
yeah.
some dumb nigga shit.
No, no,
But
no, they had to bring the IQ points down, man. They were like, man, look, nobody's looking. Let's sprinkle some strychnine into the actual soup, man. Well, let's bring this down a couple of pegs, man. That's what they're here to do. Like, as much as they want to claim the women are the saboteurs, they are the saboteurs, not the women. I've never seen within the black
Wait, wait.
manosphere like,
Saboteurs of what? The Manosphere?
yeah, 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 yeah.
How are the women?
No, 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 no,
how
no,
do,
no, no, no. They are the saboteurs that they acting like the women are. They're the saboteurs, not
that's what
the
I'm saying.
women.
How are they painting it that the women are? How is that? How are they doing
Because the
that?
women ain't perfect and they haven't chose them, right? Like the women haven't chose them and decided to bow down. Some ice, some West Side Connection shit. Just give them this whole traditional woman so that way they can disrespect the shit out of it and ruin that too, type stuff. So that's just where we at, man. And it's like most of the younger individuals, man, they have absolute disdain for these dudes, man. Like spending time like with my, younger cousins and nephews and shit, taking them to go see shit. I mean, they like in Memphis, they never fucking go nowhere. But I'm like, bro, this is what life is when you got your shit together. And it's like, I'm like, and that's how productivity become the enemy to these young ass dudes. Like, they want to look at productivity like, well, once I start producing, I gotta give it all away. Like, you ain't got to give it all away, unless you built something that you couldn't afford. Now your productivity has to pay for the things that you don't want to pay for. That's when productivity become the enemy. But that's all a choice. I'm like, bro, you a young ass dude. I'm like, dude, most of these dudes, when you graduate high school, like, dude, 5 years from now, man, they're not gonna be able to fit in them Letterman jackets, man. They're not gonna be able to fit in them Letterman
Funny.
jackets, and none of this stuff is going to matter. What's going to matter is your outcomes. And it's not even that you go to school or not. It's like, did you pick up the skills? Did you move to the money? Did you save the money? Did you make some messed up decisions? I'm like, look, we all had it bad in the origin department, but at some point, that became a like, look, once they started letting anybody go to school, anybody walk in here to get these certifications, that's when the excuses should have subsided, man. But these people went out and just find more and more people to blame on shit. And I'm like, doesn't make no sense, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
and see that's the
Okay.
true that's the true mark of a coping space, right? That's the true mark of that. When if there's like a coalescing of men, and what they don't do is coalesce to like plan, right, or hash out things, strategize, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck else are you just getting together to do? Shoot the shit? And that's really what it is. It's just a little fucking shoot the shit club. Let's
Yeah,
get
and
together and
it's
talk
like,
about who we don't agree with. You
a-
know.
and they know they want to fill this stuff full of non-productive people, so that way it won't work. That's why they want to keep the actual conversation centered around the lowest common denominator, so stuff specifically can't work. And they know throughout society that bringing these people in or actually pandering toward their feelings is going to destroy this place. They know that. They
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
all day.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly that's right on the money. Cause when you use like I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. My other channel, my coding channel, but I'm already getting views, support, monetary gain already. You get what I'm saying? Like already just on some productivity stuff. Just
Yeah.
going. You get what I'm saying? Like just the classic bullshit Manospherian genre, going live, ask for super chats and cash apps. Bro, I already done made more money with this channel than I did in 6 months
Yeah.
already. So it's definitely
I'm
like you
building other
said.
channels right now too, man. Like I got all this stuff and I'm, you know, putting all this stuff together. Like, man, I'm doing some other stuff, man. Like, I'll still keep this channel, keep it up, whatever, discuss politics or whatever, man. But the future for me ain't being around these people because my future is not supposed to be even here in the first place. Let alone trying to correct these individuals and bring their ass up to speed. I'm like, bro, I already live in a functional society that's already left you guys off at 5 points and off Martin Luther King Boulevard. So, you know, so why the fuck would I come online and deal with motherfuckers who I refuse to drive through the neighborhood with, even there? Like, man, fuck that. Nobody doing that shit.
Bro, facts. Like I don't need no donations. This I'm not running a non-profit over here. You know what I'm saying? It's a business. You know?
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. We never, for that reason, man, we never accepted donations ourselves. You know, that number one, we just didn't want anyone to kind of like say, oh, you guys have some sort of leanings, here or there. Well, if we're not taking any money from anybody, then you got to just take our word as it is. We're not incentivized to say one thing or the other. Whatever the fuck we say is what we say, and nobody's paying us to say it, right? The second thing too is to show and prove that you know you, we have things going on outside of YouTube. So like even with the shit I'm doing, I'm back in the garage here, and I'm gonna head over to my shop in a little while. We're doing like some custom build outs, and you'll see this stuff in the next like month or two on YouTube. You'll start seeing all the custom scooters and everything that we're doing, right? And that all that stuff is an outgrowth of everything that we've been discussing on YouTube this whole time, micromobility and everything. You see, so you can be functional, productive, and the shit be part and parcel of like say like Manosphere conversations, dude. Like they none of these things don't have to be separate. It's just that when you think that that shit's not important, and you think conversations about women that you have no access to is, that tells me everything about how you prioritize life.
Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. And it's like, you know, y- talking to these people's parents and the homeschooling their actual kids, and yeah, well, why don't you just let them ride on the road with us? They go between me and my other brother. We just take them places. They're like, man, like I was wasting all the time in school. Like, yeah, you're wasting all that time. Like, we're going out here, we seeing shit, doing shit. You done seen all this shit. Like, oh shit, you want to go over there? Like, man, that ain't even what happened. We're about to go to this monument so that way you can go to an actual museum of what actually happened. And, like, when you could put like, nobody did this shit for me. But at the end of the day, where these dudes and that and getting these dudes caught up on, you got to start thinking about the future, man. Not the outcome of this fucking neighborhood. Man, fuck this neighborhood. Like, bro, these people been here forever on some lost boy shit, man. Like, bro, you need to go some places, see some things, and fit in to actual other different groups in society. Like, this ain't your fucking people, man. They know you ain't their people either, unless you're failing. And once you do start failing, they kick your ass out after you lost all your motivation to produce anything. So you could just shortchange that process and run them out of their actual options of lost children. That's the best thing to do, man. Just quietly remove these children away from these dudes, and that's it. That's all you got to do.
Being a productive man also means being a selfish one at times.
Yeah,
You know, it requires that. You know, and that's the reason why I think I'm turned off a lot by the black female conversation because it doesn't I don't hear any like authority or power in that conversation at all.
I don't have anything in common with people like that, man. Like,
I
bro,
don't.
like I've spent my life
Yeah.
isolating myself from these type of individuals to run into these, and these are not even regular niggas. These are like synthetic, like Coke Zero ass niggas, man. Like, these are not even real niggas.
You
They
know,
they they're acting like what they think niggas are.
don't see this, and this is what kills me. I'm glad you said that. This is what fucking kills me, dude. Because let me tell you something, man. If you don't have a fear of literally talking to say like the CEOs of like Chinese factories and shit like that, right? If that doesn't fear you, then holding frame in the face of a black woman should be like that. That should not be a challenge to you, or the least of your worries, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I think again, man, like being productive is sort of like part and parcel with having certain social skills intrinsically developed within you, right? I think things are sort of part and parcel, man. How you carry yourself professionally is also how you carry yourself in your personal life, and vice versa. I think there's a lot of correlation there. And so this is why I fundamentally see these dudes as non-productive
yeah,
because their
not needed,
conversations aren't productive. Say that again,
not
Ibuki.
needed, not
Not
needed.
needed. Okay.
Not. I'm like, bro, they are filling positions that it don't exist. Like
No,
they don't need a full time person to erase shit off of paper. Like, you're trying to fill positions that are not here. Like, dude, you're trying to bring more napkins and like plastic spoons and forks to a fucking barbecue. Like, bro, nobody needs that shit.
got enough.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like, I understand you're late. There ain't nowhere for you to sit. But all this fucking napkin shit that you done brought, bro, like, what the fuck is this? You really think you
Right.
about to start eating these ribs? Nah,
Right.
bro.
Bringing napkins and plastic forks and want to eat everything
Yeah,
and leave. Don't want to help
yeah.
clean up.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
brought sporks. They brought sporks. They didn't even bring like the full cutlery, dude. They just brought sporks.
I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, bro, what you boxing up, man? Bro, you don't need boxes for them damn spoons and forks and them damn napkins, man. Like, that shit came in the bag, bro. Like, why you out here? Oh, okay. No, man. No, man. I don't know what you doing. Who you
No, but
trying to feed, bro?
that's
Yeah.
essentially that's the metaphorical grip, right? It's the metaphorical grip. Thinking that you bringing something, but really trying to like think that you're a part of something bigger,
Yeah.
right? And that something bigger literally has nothing to do with you like that.
Trying to wash all these windows and shit at a fucking barbecue for extra money. Like, man, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, bro, like, who ordered this shit? Like, man, whose kinfolk is this, man? Like, you're just trying to fill positions just so that way you can look like you down, man. Like, nah, man, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
And you know what? You know, this is other notion. This other notion, this idea. I'm throwing this in air quotes. What this space is supposed to be. It's wherever the fuck we say it's supposed to be. And the best ideas went out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
This is the marketplace of ideas.
Or
Okay,
you can
when we
explain the
talk about
outcomes. Or you can explain the outcomes, right?
or that, yeah.
Explain your
It's not
outcomes,
even.
explain your path.
I wouldn't even say that. It's more like a fascist type regime, like where you get there just when you actually bring coherent, cogent points. Dumb niggism wins out because they can just yell over you. Nobody's gonna hold order and restore. So the real ideas can never really get out because
Let me ask you. Wait, citizen. Let me ask you something. Does the dumb shit win out? Does the dumb shit win out, or is there just more evidence of the amount of dumb niggas becoming
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
present?
yeah,
Which one?
I
Which
agree.
one?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's because YouTube is easier to disengage and just do dumb nigga shit and just
Yes, right.
yeah. So I agree with that.
Yeah, man. So it's like 0/Delta November, you know. Always dividing by zero. You just put the Delta November as the denominator and the zero as the numerator. There you go. No matter how
And you
much
get
sense you
nothing.
make, yeah, you just add one of these dudes, just like a dude who tried to jump on here and derail the conversation. Like, no, man, like there's no more trying to even entertain you guys. You have to come up in my face. I don't come up in your face. I
I
can
don't
live
like the.
without you.
I don't like the fact that oftentimes, depending on the subject matter, the content is viewed as entertainment. Like, and now everybody's here to fucking entertain you.
Nah, I
Yeah,
mean
so yeah,
it has to be that way because they spend so much time in these non-reason zones. Everything has to have an entertainment slant to it, so that way they can be able to listen, and that doesn't make any sense all that much either.
Well, that's a pretty sad statement uh, to be said about a bunch of fucking adults, right? Because kids go to school on a daily basis, right? And I highly doubt that the teacher is, on a day-to-day basis dresses up as some celebrity and does a whole entire act in order to teach them their lessons for the day, right? If children can even learn on a daily basis without this quote unquote entertainment, then I pretty well think that adults should be capable of it. But maybe that's just me being.
No, but that's an environmental thing, man. Because like these nephews and cousins and shit, they just been like around these dumbass rap motherfuckers in Memphis, and if they stay home during the weekend, is looking at fucking entertainment TV all day, and if it ain't that shit, is looking at this YouTube goofy shit all day. Until they actually be around men who doesn't give a shit about none of that, and now they interested in learning about shit, and the whole thought process and change over like a month. And it's like these people socialize these people into this process on purpose. They do, unfortunately.
and you know what? Speaking of that, that's why like I don't promote my channel in any Manospherian. Well, I can no, I can't even say that. I mean, entertainment bullshit focus type stream. Because for one, I know you're not. For one, I know your brain is already fried from
Oh yeah,
what I'm saying, from dumb shit. So if I promote it from there, you're probably not even gonna really probably gonna fuck up my algorithm. Really, you know what I mean? You're just gonna end up being like a
yeah.
dead rotten sub that just don't even watch my stuff. So you got to just make sure the right. You know what I mean? The right people get put in face to the right people because some of these people just they done. They cooked. It's over. Like
Yeah,
it's over.
yeah, man. Like we're trying to put like defibrillators on like withered skeletons, man. Like maybe when they was had skin on them, but not this. No, we ain't trying to bring back this. We can't bring this back. Like, bro, like you know, in cancer, man, you can go from a 4 to a 3, a 3 to a 2, a 2 to a 1, but you're not bringing a 4 to a 1. That ain't what's happening here.
Hey,
Well, I don't think
Conway, you
I
got
don't
some
even think I
reverb.
don't even think
You got
YouTube.
some you got some
Yeah, yeah,
reverb, Conway.
I got
yeah,
reverb.
yeah,
Hold on one
yeah,
second. Hold on.
yeah. There we go. We can hear it clearly now. Yeah,
He
a-
All right. Do
and
I sound
again, you.
okay now?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
way
all the way
better.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the
way
way
Okay.
better.
okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, Black Avenger, you're right, man. You don't want cross contamination because it's like, look, you dip the bar too low to try to bring all these people up, dude. You just sank everybody about 10 feet beneath the surface while you looking around there, bro. You done drowned everybody else in this boat.
Yeah.
No, MOT. You know actually what it's like, dude. You know what it's like. Like your feet are stuck in the mud on the bottom, right? So
Yeah,
you can't move, and the tide is like slowly rising.
yeah,
Hey,
Yeah.
so my channel, right? So I'm doing this, like I interview people for the program and stuff like that. And somebody came in and interviewed and asked me what a bitch is at. Can y'all believe that?
yeah. I can, I can.
Like he asked me what a bitch is at.
Yeah. What they
like
That's,
think?
he
What they
really
think
I'm
is
booked
really
an
gonna
I'm trying to
make
come
you?
appointment.
up. I'm trying to come up with an answer for that, dude.
No, I mean you don't have to. It's like, look, they expect you to be super furious to the point to where there'll be a blinding rage, and you just be like, all right, man, thanks so much for your time. You have a really nice day. Just like a
Right.
guy
I
who
mean,
tried to come up here earlier on the same stupid shit, and like have like a little like sock puppet. Why the fuck would I put? For what reason would I want to do this? Listen, man, if you ain't around here, if I ain't seen you nowhere, because I look at a lot of channels. If I don't see you here, guess what? You're not coming up. How about that? Not coming up. I don't need new friends, man. Fuck out of here. Like, bro, we need to make sure
Or
that
new
you have
trolls
your
for
own
that
night at
matter.
the yeah. No, we need to make sure that you have your own night at the Apollo, man. Like, not on my watch, bro. Not
yeah, I
on
was
my
like,
watch.
bro, I was like, I can't believe this, bro. Like this is about programming and coding, and this man asked me what a bitch is at. I said, oh man, I said, yeah, bro. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna, I don't know if you're gonna make the cut, dog, for the.
Nah,
Nah,
you're
man.
not gonna make the cut. No.
No, he was looking for that programming, man. That B plus plus. Like, nah, man.
That B
That's
plus, that
yeah,
B that Java bitch. You want that?
yeah, yeah.
B plus plus.
Like, nah, man. We ain't we. Nah, man. Like, well, thank you for your time, sir. You have a really nice rest of your day, bro. Really nice one, man. B plus plus, huh? Yeah, man. Let me look
B-
for it out of here.
I mean, I'm still trying to understand like why that would be the question to ask. I'm still trying to
Well, he
like get
said
my
he said he found me through the Manosphere algorithm. So you know what I mean. So it's like, cause I always ask people how they found my channel. What they
No, I mean,
interested in, what's the goals. And
they
he
keep
said he
trying to
found me through that.
reinfect the channel. They keep trying to reinfect it with the
Mhm.
stuff that didn't work in the last space. That's what they're stuck on. They're stuck in this infinite loop of reinfecting the entire
Well, look,
space.
here's the
It's
here's the thing
crazy.
though. Here's the thing, right? So what's not really kind of being maybe either discussed or really understood is that whole that whole like red pill algorithm, dude. That whole thing is it's shit, dude. Like
It
YouTube
is.
canned it. Do you guys notice you hardly ever hear like names like Andrew Tate anymore?
Yeah.
Have
Oh
you
yeah,
have you noticed have you noticed that like there's certain names that are just kind of quiet nowadays. You don't really hear it anymore.
yep.
You know,
Once YouTube blacklist them, yeah, you're right. They just
it's dude like the whole shit is it's dead, right? You see, so really it's kind of like a reset in a sense. Like they got rid of people, right? Deplatformed some people. Like they kind of
Yeah.
cleared a lot of shit out. You got to really think about what YouTube did to, and this is all to essentially serve their advertisers. Okay, because let's look at it, right? You had a lot of what say like 18 to 45 male people, right, listening to that, and they were really getting fed a lot of that, dude. Like the album was pumping hard, 22, 20, 2022, 2023, right? Just agitate, and fucking red pill and right. And so the thing about it was that there was a lot of social pushback, okay, and because of this, you had a lot of advertisers pulling their money from that whole entire sort of content demographic. They would essentially say, "Hey, listen, we still want to market to the 18 to 45, but what are the 18 to 45 male markets that got nothing to do with that?"
Yeah,
So
yeah,
guess
but
what they had
not
to
like
do?
this.
They had to clear the damn algorithm out so that people can kind of start subbing to other channels that have or somewhat different interests or something. And in that way, on those channels, it's more advertiser friendly. So that's why they did this, dude. Like the advertisers were like, look, we want to advertise to 18 to 45-year-old men. However, we don't want anything to do with that shit.
Yeah,
In
that's
short.
true. Yeah, and I'm definitely scrubbing this because I remember when I on my other channel, I used to cross pollinate. I used to cross
Mm-hmm.
contaminate. I'd share it, and people slide. But yeah, I definitely, yeah, I definitely got to definitely put up more content, getting some stride, getting some success. But yeah, I mean, you're right. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
It should be a
these
lot easier to launch a new channel nowadays. Like, let's just say if you launch a new channel and stuff, right? It
hmm
should be a lot easier to do it, as a black man and not have it be attached to like some red pill or
Relationship talk.
manosphere. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should
Yeah,
be a lot
exactly.
easier to do it because they cleaned a lot of that shit up. That's
No,
probably
I
why
didn't
you're seeing
delete it.
growth so quick.
Yeah, I am seeing a nice little touch, nice little success. I was like, wow, just evergreen hitting the algorithm. Keep it techie. People they help share my channel too and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
you know, it's definitely a lot better. I don't got to worry about being demonetized. I ain't got to worry about,
Right.
what I'm saying. There's way more opportunities for monetization, helping people. I'm like, yeah, like this where I want to be. Fuck all the other shit. Y'all can, I let them motherfuckers have that. Y'all can have that
I
going in
mean,
on some shit, 8 hour streams,
Yeah, man.
strong arming your audience for cash apps.
about
Oh
that's the
yeah.
only money in it. That's the only money in it. The cash apps and the little bullshit super chats or whatever, right? Saying go in or whatever.
And
That's the
now
only
and now
money.
you gotta have about 3, 4 backup channels. You know what I'm saying? Your main channel get took down. Now you gotta explain away why your channel gone and how you this mastermind and you had like it's just some crazy, it's just some insane. It's wild. Like
Like, dude, yeah, I know why my channel got took down. I mean, I was doing some dumb shit, dude. I was showing like I was doing some music and audio visual shit, and I used some shit that I wasn't supposed to. So that was my fault for getting my channel taken down for doing that, right? So I won't be doing that. But for other people, man, if you're just like doing live streams where you're talking and shit, like, man, what the hell are you saying that has you in fear of getting your shit taken down? What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, exactly. You talking about yeah, exactly. You talking about some
Like,
some
yeah,
some some unaliving people. You talking about
like what the hell?
marginalized groups and yeah,
Like,
yeah. I didn't delete it. I just hit it new. I just hit it because I just wanted to like I just wanted to solely focus on this. I didn't want to make any what I'm saying any content toward that. I just want to work on this. But I'm shit. It's a lot better doing it this way. Straight pre-records. I love it like this.
Oh man, straight pre-records are the shit, man. Like I know people who do targeted straight pre-record shit, man. They do very well, very well. I tell them to never go live on their channel because they're gonna mess up everything. Because I'm subscribed to a lot of comic book type channels, like explainers, and those people have like millions of views. The moment they start going live, we're talking about people with 2, 3 million subscribers. Them dudes started going live, they didn't even have 900 people in there. Totally screwed up everything that they built, pretty much. They had to go build another channel and move all the
damn.
stuff to another channel just because they was going live on it. crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a purely pre-record channel, bro, you ain't got to do none of this stuff. None of it.
Yeah, you can put sponsorships on your videos. I
You
mean,
sure
like,
can.
people will, they'll watch a 10-minute, 12-minute video versus a 2 hour, 3 hour live stream. It's just not. It's just
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really, yeah, it kind of depends on like what we're talking about here, right? Like, I have a new channel. It's all going to be micro mobility, right? It's just all going to be e-scooters and stuff. It's going to be teardowns, builds, explainers, all that kind of shit, right? So it's kind of similar to what you're talking about, Lou, where it's like something, well, it is kind of associated brain trust wise content, but it is really just based on the business, right? So, that's really kind of what I'm squaring up to do here is to start doing a lot of like video shit with regards to all this stuff. I have some of it on the brain trust. I was putting stuff up there 2022, right? But I'm gonna make it more of a thing, on a bespoke channel, all things micromobility and shit. So kind of pivoting to do the same thing. Well, I mean, outside of the brain trust, I don't have another channel, right? So
Yeah.
that will be my other one.
yeah, it's cool. Just to, like, cause I realize it too. I'm like, shit, I can just, if I want to just say something, I just jump on the panel. I don't want to like host it really, sometimes, or so it's just kind of cool just to have my real, real focus channel on this stuff and just get money off of it. Use YouTube. Don't let YouTube use you.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
I
no
was
doubt.
gonna say,
Yeah.
like, when you say, having the host of panels and stuff like that, here's the thing, man. Unless, depending on where you're at, like, you have to you have to be responsible for some of the shit that other people say oftentimes, like
oh,
on
Man,
your
that's what I'm
panel,
exactly,
saying, bro.
dude. And
exactly.
that's the
So
like with me, I'm like real short on letting people up, like especially if I don't know you. If I haven't corresponded with you, I don't know you. We haven't exchanged pleasantries in the chat or something like that, dude. I'm not gonna let you up. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna say, you know.
right, get on your channel, start dissing other people. I mean, what they call it, vandalizing your channel.
Yeah.
I used to stop that shit in its tracks all the time, bro. Hey, not over here, dude. Don't do that. I tell motherfuckers all the time not to do that shit.
Yeah, he said the 50 shades of metal.
Yeah, man. 50 Shades, man. I'll drift for you. Doom.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, I mean, and then they can go to these unproductive zones,
Yeah.
no opportunity zones.
Yeah.
If just be
The
online all night
opportunity
talking
zones, man.
opportunity.
Yeah.
These 8 hour, because a lot of these motherfuckers they go on these 8 hour panels because they ain't got shit. These panels, man, you gonna like, but you see these panels, these folks talk. They really telling you how really fucked up they are. It's actually kind of
Yeah, no
like,
doubt.
they telling you they got laid off, and like, I always say that once you get past that 3 hour mark, that's when all the
Oh
bullshit
yeah.
starts happening.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They start telling you they broke. They start telling you they got fired. They about to go through a divorce.
Nah, man. When they start telling you about like shit that happened, like personal shit happened in the family and exchange between these, it's just like, whoa, dude. Like this is way too much information.
I
I don't
mean,
know
Yeah,
you
you
like
know,
that.
it's not like
I
some
don't even
major
know this.
shit that you typically don't need to be online telling us.
Yeah, yeah. We're not the people that need to hear this, dude.
yeah, like buddy, they come up there like begging on other people's channels and like,
Man,
bro, it's
I thought
crazy,
that shit was
man.
weird, man. Like, I'm not gonna go into it, but
Yeah, I
you know
know.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. Where somebody,
yeah. I ain't gonna say that either. I'm gonna leave. You know what I'm talking about, though. I ain't gonna say it either. But that shit is,
survived some
yo, that
shit
is
Steve
insane.
Jobs didn't survive, and but they online. But Steve Jobs couldn't survive it though. All right, man. Whatever, man. I guess.
All right, you guys are obviously talking about something I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
So okay.
No, I mean you don't need to familiarize yourself with it. It's
Oh no,
fine.
and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not.
It's
Yeah, I'm
actually
not.
it's more
Yeah, I
it's
don't
more.
have
I
to
wish
know.
I didn't know about it. Complex. It's kind of
Yeah.
sad, really. Like I wish I didn't know about it.
I
But
mean, but they bring it to your attention though.
yeah,
They bring it in
exactly.
front of your face so that way you can talk about it. And it's like, Fuck those
Be
people,
crying on
man.
panels, like it be, bro. It
Yeah,
be,
I'm all the way up out of there, dog. I'm
yeah,
out of
bro.
there. I
Like,
don't
bro,
know.
Man, look,
it's
I forgot
crazy, man.
who was it. I think it was Storm Crow who posted the shit. No, it wasn't Storm Crow. It was Shaka Nulu who posted it on this channel. How some dude was talking about somebody else's child support situation. And it's like this dude was crying and shit. Well, the woman don't come back on time. And I'm like, hey man, look, bro. If she don't come back on time, this shit need to be documented. Documented. And if they don't believe you, then fucking go somewhere else and get some better brand of justice, bro. But telling us about your child support stories, man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah,
And that's what happens to a space, man. Like they want to bring their pain with them, and they want everybody to feel their pain because they lack the ability problems themselves.
yeah. So they got outsourcing. They offloading it to other people. I'm like, yeah, I ain't got time for that. And
Well, once
then
again,
people,
dude, BGS did tell that guy, the black man being brutally whatever. He told him like this is like group therapy. This is a coping space. He told him that, right? So even the Ibmore Grand Leader has made the
man,
declaration. This
nah,
is
this
therapy.
nah, it can't be therapy because as soon as they fall out, nah, that's now you a broke nigga, and I never liked you, and they start telling all their secrets to the internet. You know what I mean, in them backstage discussions and back chat conversations. Now it all get put to the real world, and it can't be a coping mechanism. There's no, what do you call it, accountability. There's no, because if your therapist tells people about what you said, you can sue them, right? So
Mhm.
there's no there's no checks and balances in this being a therapy session because yeah,
What
I
do you wait,
mean,
wait, Lou? What are you talking about, dude? The checks and balances is that you have a master teacher in this space.
oh man, you crazy. You
No,
crazy.
no, no, no. I'm being dead serious, dude. Like I'm for real, dude. This is how they rationalize this shit. I'm not even for real. I'm not even playing, dude. I'm for real.
No, I believe you.
Like you got to go and listen to the AV Media live stream when BGS was sitting there. Well, I try to teach them. I just don't know why they don't listen. I'm like, what the fuck? The only thing you could teach me about life is how to fucking fail at it. The fuck are you talking about, dude? Shut up. I try to teach him. What are you gonna teach me, motherfucker? Like, shut up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't even know. Like, I don't, yeah, I just I don't know how you can
Listen,
just. I
think
don't
about
know,
what he
man.
teaches them. Think about what he teaches all the other fucking Ibmores, dude. Like
Yeah, I know.
this,
That's what
just
I'm saying.
like
Teach them
just
enough.
think about the absurdity in the bullshit, right? Like in the bullshit statement. Like just think about it. He's the checks and balance for a lot of like just a lot of dudes that are in a not so good space in their lives for a multitude of reasons. I'm not going to psychoanalyze, but let me tell you something. You go sniff behind a guy like that, that tells me an awful lot.
Yeah, like I said, when we were at the Coliseum, when we was running that 3-on-1 fast break, just they couldn't stop it. Like they own,
Yeah, man, that
from
Dunkathon, man.
yeah, that all star weekend, that all
I
star
would,
weekend.
I wouldn't even call it the Coliseum. I call it like the court at the park.
Yeah,
Y'all just ran, y'all
and we
ran a
showed
three
up
man
with
weave on that ass.
and we showed up with Jordans, our own basketball, and we just ran the court. But what I was gonna say, like, but that's what happens. Like, they teach you, don't give them, doesn't empower them. They're not autonomous. They can't think without them. So that's why when he getting dunked on, what they gonna do? They can't do nothing. The master
Look
teacher
at
getting
no,
stomped on.
look at the ref, and then they go, "Where's the foul?
Ain't no foul. Check ball. Get up. Get
Where's
up. Ain't
where's
no
the
foul.
foul?"
Ain't no foul. Get your ass up and play. Get up.
Get up and look at the ref. Man, what the fuck? Where's the foul?
You're right.
That's really their only recourse, bro. But hey, that's what it's always been, man. That's why I'm never really shook by any of the shit, dude. It's annoying, if anything, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, they're not gonna show up. They just gonna talk
Yeah.
crazy. Then you get on the panel, they gonna have just to talk loud and lie.
Yeah.
Um, that's what really be killing me when they get the line. You know what I'm saying? That's what be killing me. Like, let's just we could debate, but when you just start lying and you loud
I
and
mean, yeah, when you
loud and
fucking
lying.
lie, dude. Like I had one dude tell me, he said, you know, you argued with BGS when he was trying to tell you about Pablo Escobar's son, and dude, I had to really stop and think about when I had a fucking conversation with BGS about Pablo Escobar's kids, right? And I was like, bro, like I'm gonna be real with you. I think you have, I don't know who, but you have me mixed up with somebody else.
Not,
I've never
not
had
me.
that conversation. No, you did, and you were doing this. I was like, bro, like
Like,
seriously?
bro, you got me fucked up.
You're like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yo. I was like, yo, this cat is smoking something, dog. Like, wow, okay. I was like, all right, bro, if you're convinced of that, then I guess, dude, I do not know. Right? I
But you
do
have to
not know.
understand, this is the high watermark for them is to be allowed around other men. And they can't interact with other men when they are around them. Like that's some strange and crazy ass shit where you have to reconnect with a broken part that would accept anybody. And that's the problem. This hood bullshit will accept anybody.
I
There
mean,
is no kicking you out of the group. You are
well, see,
accepted.
I guess my problem with all this, dude, is that none of that shit is evolved, bro.
It's
None
not
of it
meant
is
to.
evolved. I know,
You
but
are you
that's
are a
that's the
seedling
part I
in a
hate
clay
seeing.
pot with no water and no dirt and no sunlight. That's
Yeah, it
what you
goes
are.
nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes nowhere.
You like them seed packs from like Home Depot. They just pour your ass in a pot, stick the top over it, and next thing you know, you're on an overnight live stream.
It's like, dude, look, you could dig up like an 8 hour If More live stream from like 3 or 4 years ago, and I swear to God, you would think that they just had that live stream last weekend.
No, they didn't. They didn't have it last week.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm saying like literally nothing has changed so much that you could find a live stream from like 4 years ago, and it literally sounds like the same fucking thing that you would hear today. It's like no different.
But but sexy real like what it is that they think that trolling and gish galloping is part of the conversation. And they think that being competent is a part of trolling. It's like, no, you troll because you don't know what you're talking about. And we're having these conversations because we do know what we're talking about. And to them, it's like, well, I could just say whatever and it'd be the same as you. We both talking. It's like, no, that's not the same.
Well, what they want, they want their uninformed opinions to be equally as valued as the facts you present.
They want it to count.
They want it to count. They're uninformed, but whatever it is the fuck they have to say, they want it to mean something. They want it they want it to count, right? Like a free throw, it's 1 point. It's got to be worth something, right? You said they don't respect others' opinions or ideas. The reason why they don't respect them because they're not theirs. Simply put, it's not their ideas, right? So if you come with something that's sensible, makes sense, solves is a solution to a problem, either humble yourself and accept it as that, or you're going to say, you know what, since I didn't come up with it, I don't think it's going to work, even though it's been thoroughly vetted and use case.
Yeah, but to them, you have to figure out a way for them to win the conversation.
Well, you win it by proving shit. Like opinions don't win nothing, dude. Like in the real world, dude, like your opinion matters only but so much, dude. It's what you actually fucking produce. That's what carries weight.
They're trying to look competent and look informed, but when they talk, they prove the exact opposite.
Right.
And when they get caught, they want to blow up the conversation.
Hmm. Rather than just accept the new information, dude.
Like I said, information resistant, new information resistant. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, and so look, and in that regard, bro, that's when I allow for a human's ability to exercise free will to essentially take effect, and it does what it does, right? The universe will respond in kind, and that's the only thing I can pretty much leave it up to at that point. So, I mean, niggas want to stay stuck on stupid, so be it. Just don't be mad at me for it. You know what I'm saying?
Again, this is all their fault. Can be easily fixed by just pausing, because all these opinions is have already been vetted by other people. Yeah, facts are opinions. They just happen to be right and relevant. What's wrong with that? Studying up on stuff, seeing what's actually happening, understanding the information and digesting it. But when you have a bunch of information resistant personnel, it's something totally different.
Right. There's
Totally
literally no
different.
work. There's literally no working with that. Like
And they're
literally, there's
actually
no working with that.
betraying themselves and telling them how stupid they are by being in all these non-productive zones and then expecting the productive people to fight for them after they go there. It's like you're not supposed to tell me how dumb you are. Like you're not supposed to do that. Well, did you see
Well,
this happen? Oh, no, I would never go there. But why are you there though?
yeah,
Like why are
it's like
you
I
there?
mentioned it to on the Rogers Report maybe a couple weeks ago. And they were talking that stupid shit about niggas selling crack. I was just like, it's like, if you're a bear and you see a trap and there's honey in it, you recognize there's a trap, but you want the honey, right? So then you go and get the honey, and then the fucking trap gets your claw, and now you're mad at the trapper.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you saw the trap, but go get the honey elsewhere, right? Like, stop doing stupid shit.
No, wait, if it wasn't for that 94 crime bill, wasn't for that 94 crime bill, man, who knows how much poison I could have sold in the community.
I mean, shit. You know, it's anyway. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not going to capitulate to stupidity. Bottom line, not happening.
No, and they see you as a problem when you don't do it. And they're trying to treat you like sense and decency is obsolete when it's actually they're the ones who's obsolete.
Oh, that's what we've been espousing since 2018 on the Brain Trust. Like, hey, if you're
Yeah,
not fourth industrial minded, you're toast.
yeah.
You're toast. Simply put. And no one's proven me wrong on that shit yet. Okay.
And it's
So,
not gonna get any better. And this is kind of the only place where you can kind of throw rocks, hide your hands, and kind of deal with this stuff. And that's just it. Like you really can't do this stuff anywhere else. Everywhere
no.
else, you have to pick a side. You have to be competent. You have to do all that stuff. Here, you're not even required to do any of that.
Well, and look, I'm gonna tell you right now, in the coming year or two, real world events are even gonna shake motherfuckers like that out of the social media space, right? You're gonna start to just look like a fucking idiot for really not having any kind of idea or clear picture of what's going on in the real world. You're gonna stand out as an idiot. You know, it'll happen. Hey, MOT, let me get going, man. I got to help these guys
Yeah,
out, man. Move some of this
yeah,
brush out here. Hey, appreciate the chop
yeah.
up, bro.
I ain't no problem. I got rolling myself. Get
Okay,
back on the
peace out,
road
bro.
myself. So I want to thank you guys for coming through. There's nothing wrong with the space. There's nothing to complain about the actual Manosphere. The Manosphere is not actually going out here attacking these people. These people are simply trying to expand their own audience by trying to look competent in front of other incompetent people. That's all it is. There's only one Manosphere, and you could have came here and did what you was doing and just not called yourself Manosphere by doing so. But they desperately want a productive male space to include all these non-productive individuals. And that's why there's this 50 different shades of the black manosphere. because they don't understand what the concept is, and they think the numbers are what the concept is. They don't understand the history. They don't want to inform themselves on it, and then it's up to us to like be more popular and then switch it to productive stuff and try to keep the same people on. No, it serves one purpose. And ever notice the people who are not on some stuff, you never catch them on the same live streams or panels with Manosphere 1.0 guys. Guys who's been here for a very long time. You never catch them around those individuals. But they want to be their flavor and shade of the Manosphere just to destroy the concept for their own personal gain. And everybody knows it's for their own personal gain too. But guess what? No one says shit about it. This is why I don't even bother with trying to defend the passport bros or fake SYSBM dudes. It's very obvious. Do you have the outcomes? No. There's no consistent live streams that need to be held in order to keep these weak ass men on point and on topic. If they're never going to do that, then there's clearly nothing to do. There's nothing to do here. Nothing. If you don't have the individual outcomes and the results that you want, it ain't the black manosphere. And it's not that the black manosphere need to do all this shit so that way you can benefit off of it. If you have the lack of ability to move to a productive area and do things, it's nobody else's fault but your own at this point. So people have a problem with the actual manosphere period, don't want to acknowledge that there is a problem. Also don't want to acknowledge that other individuals don't even deserve to be trying to be a leader of anything. Because I'm not trying to take all these people with me. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for coming through on the Man Tomorrow. You guys have a really nice rest of y'all night. Peace.